Hello everyone and welcome to Marion's World. I'm Marion and this video is just a little extra about the phonology wheel, and really it's about setting up the wheel in the first place. Since I posted my original video, which I'll link you to up here somewhere, I do occasionally get comments about the actual drawing of it not being clear enough, and I think it was because I was actually setting a new wheel up for myself and I was using a pencil and it wasn't very, I was trying to keep it faint because I needed to rub those marks out and cover it with my pen. So I recently had another message about it saying they couldn't see what I was doing with these arcs, and so I thought it was worth making a little video just showing how to set the wheel up and how you don't need a protractor or anything to divide a circle up. And for me, for the phonology wheel, I divide it into 32. So I'm going to show you now. I still just have a pencil, but I'll be putting the marks on plainly so you can see exactly how to set it up. I'm going to turn you around now. So here goes. I've just got a ruler, but it doesn't have to be a ruler, it can just be a straight edge. I've got a pencil, a rubber and my compass. Now you can get compasses that instead of having the lead in here, they have a little clip there where you can put a pen or a separate pencil into it. I don't have one of those because I'm just using the set that I use at school, and it has dividers and scribers and what have you, but I just use the ordinary compass out of that. And this method is good for dividing a circle into 2 and then 4 and then 8, so the amount of segments doubles each time, from 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. You could go up to 64, or then you could go up to 128 if you were doing a great big circle and you needed fine divisions. For me, 32 is all I need, because my phonology wheel has a segment for every day of the month, and then the 32nd segment I put the month name in, and it's because that's what I'm making mine for. I'm making mine for a daily painting, and so I end up with the outer wheel, I end up with the outer circle, a secondary circle so that I've got a division for putting the number in. I make as big a mark as I can so that I've got an area to paint, and then 2 other divisions, and then I leave the central part clear to make a pattern in, because that's just what I'm doing it for. But in the end you can divide a circle up for whatever reason you want, and here's how to do it. So first of all, I'm just going to go to sort of round about the middle of my page. I'll just put a mark on with my pencil, just so there's somewhere for my compass to go. And for me, I'm going to make the circle as big as I can, and that makes it clearer for you as well. So I'll put my point on, and I've got my circle, my compass right spread out, and I'm going to sweep it round. And instead of doing a really faint line, I'm going to get all my lines really nice and dark so that you can see what I'm doing. So there's my outer edge. I'm going to go in for another. I'm just going to do these arbitrary because this is not going to be an actual wheel. And then for me, I'm making an inner circle, and I'm going to do these just to show that I can use different points to make my divisions, and then I always leave a circle for a pattern, and I don't go through that, but you could do. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 concentric circles, and I now have to find my divisions. So the first division is easy. I just have to go through the central point, and it can be anywhere. I can do it straight up and down to my page or horizontal to the page. I can do it anywhere because I cut mine out eventually, but if you're in a book and you need it to be straight with your page, then you'll have to go straight with your page. But I'm going to just do it the easiest for me at the angle I've got my camera on. So I usually put my pencil on the point I want to locate, which here is the middle. I bring my ruler up to it, hold my ruler down, and then I'm drawing through. Now I don't normally go through the middle. and I'll show you how to make some patterns afterwards, if that's what you want to do. But otherwise I could have just drawn right the way through. So I've now got 2 pieces. To double that up into 4, I now just need to take my point of my compass onto any point where my dividing line crosses my rings. I've pulled you out a little bit just so I can have the whole circle on my in focus. I can start at any point as long as I'm consistent when I do the 2 marks. So for this first one, I'll use this point here where my halfway line is crossing the inner circle. And then all I need to find is a place where the next circle I would draw, which would be there. I'm not going to draw it, but I could draw a circle pointed on there. But I just need a part of a circle that I think is going to cross with another part of a circle. So I'll draw that little arc there. And now I need to be on the other side, because I've only got 2 points where this line crosses. And if I draw another part of an arc, I've got a crossing point here. Now all I need to do is put my pencil on the crossing point, take my ruler up to it, and get my ruler going through the middle here, and then I can draw my next line. I'll take it that right the way through just to show you. And so now I've actually got quarters, and I'll rub that out, just otherwise it's going to get a bit messy on my paper. Actually, I'll take that through just so you can see. I'll put it lightly. So these would be 90 degrees each, and now I can divide into 8. And I only need to do half of the circle because each line will go from its crossing point through the middle and out the other side. So I only ever need to make my marks on half of the circle. So I can do it with this line, that point, that one, or that one. On my design here, I've got 4 places I could put my compass point. Let me do it on this inner circle here for this chance, this time. And so I'll put my mark on, and I have to stay on this circle now. So I'll go to that point, and there's a cross. I could sweep my compass round and do an arc there, and I need to stay on this circle, so I come to that point, and there we are. So I could just sweep it round and do all 4. I just don't need to, because all I need to do is put my pencil on the cross, bring my ruler up to it, take my ruler through the middle, and draw my line. And the same here, pencil on the cross, my ruler up to it, the ruler to the middle, and draw my line. So now I've got 8 segments. And it really is just the same thing all the time. So I'll go to an outer mark and just prove it's going to be the same. So if I cross here, I can narrow my compass in. You sort of need it to be a bit more than halfway, or else you won't get across. So if I make my compass too narrow, and then I take it to the next point, then you're never going to get the cross because your compass isn't wide enough. But all you need to do is open it up a bit. We'll try that one. And there we've got the cross. As long as I've got a cross, I can put my pencil to that point, my ruler up to it, through the middle, draw my line. I'm going to stop there just to show you. But I can just as easily go on that inner point to make the next line. I'll just put my line there, There's a crossing point. Here we are. So point, ruler, middle, draw the line. And I just go onwards doing that until I get to 32. So that's now 16, and for me this will be the last time I do it, because once more will divide me into 32. So that's it, I've now got 32, and if I wanted to carry it on I would get 64, but I would do exactly the same and divide it again. I'm just going to take all of these marks out so that you can see it, and I know it's going to look messy because I've been pressing on to make it as obvious as possible how I'm doing it. If I rub them out in the middle, also I get asked how I make the patterns for the middle, and really I just make them up as I go along, and I use the compass to do it. So the easiest way is just to get your radius from the middle to the outside like that, and then take your point to the outside, because then when you do an arc you'll be going through the middle. And I just jump round everywhere that little arc crosses my circle outside, and I go round and round, and eventually I get a flower shape. But just as easily I could just do any arbitrary division and then make a circle. I wanted to. I quite often do these sort of doodles and then I just rub out the lines I don't want. And I could do that again. I could start putting points here, and let's see, just sort of doing part lines. And it's easy to sort of start and build up a pattern. And you can see there, sort of got another petal coming in the middle. And I didn't even try and measure where that was coming from. I really did just open the compass to where I thought. And so I've been all the way around there. Actually, I could easily make that into a bunny pattern by just drawing over the marks that interest me. And then when I rub those marks out, I'll have a nice little pattern that I can then fill in. Of course, I go around the outsides with the pen. And for me particularly, I'm not bothered about the wobbly line, but you can be really accurate if you want. The principle is exactly the same. You can turn these into whatever you like. It really is just doodling. Just fiddle about and try things. So I hope that was helpful. I would re-looked at the video and realised that the problem is that I used quite a faint pencil to put those marks on in the first place. So if you really didn't know what to do with the compass, it was like unclear what I was actually doing. But that is all it is. Just when you're doing it for yourself, make your marks faint enough that you can rub them out, and then you can divide your circle up however you like. There are other ways of dividing circles if you want to do it into 12 or 20 or all different manner of things, but for me the only one I need to do is to divide it into 32, and so that's the method that I use. So I hope that's helped, and thanks for watching. Give me a like button if you've liked that, and subscribe if you want to. I hope you'll visit me again another time. Bye everyone.